Hey guys, so welcome to Kentucky Bowman. This week's episode number 4 of the off season. I'm pretty stoked about it. Alright, so last week we covered enter and exit routes and why finding a good enter and exit route is so important in the hunting process. Alright, so this week we're going to cover shooting at long distances. I'm just going to keep it brief and just explain some of the things that come into play while shooting at long distances. And then I'm going to do something new that I'm going to add to my show this week. It's going to be called The Breakdown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a video online of somebody making a mistake while shooting or while hunting and then explain some of the things that they could have done differently to avoid what happened. Alright, so first, shooting at long distances. Now, shooting at long distances is going to take your shooting game from here to here a lot faster than it would if you just stuck with shooting at shorter distances. Alright, so, but there's a few things that come into play. One, the wind. The wind's going to affect arrow flight a lot more at a longer distance than it would at a shorter distance. Alright, the second thing is bow movement. Any type of bow movement or torque that you do is going to affect the arrow flight a lot more at a longer distance than it would a shorter distance. The third thing is your composure, your breathing. Alright, whenever you breathe, let it out real slow. Alright, because at a longer distance you're going to be shaking and nervous. That's just how it's going to be at a longer distances until you get used to it. Because the target's a lot smaller and you're just pretty much aiming at a spot on the target instead of the actual little circle or whatever you have on your target. You're just going to be aiming at a bigger spot. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple shots at 60 yards. Alright, and I'm going to explain what I do and how to keep your composure. Alright, so what I do, knock your arrow, da-da-da-da-da. Alright, so what I do first, I get squared up at the target and I take a deep breath and relax. What that's going to do is that's just going to calm me down and steady my heart rate so that my heart isn't pounding out of my chest. Alright, you take a shot. Alright, that felt good. Alright, so just take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Just to control your breathing and to keep your heart rate down. Alright, now with the wind, the only way to get around that is to maybe tilt your bow or to just wait for the wind to stop. When you tilt your bow, you want to make sure to just do it in small increments because tilting your bow is going to affect the arrow flight quite a bit. So if you tilt your bow a little bit, it might send your arrow all the way off the target. So, alright, so guys, that's long distance shooting. It's going to just go out and do it. It's going to take your shooting game from here to here quite a bit. And it's very beneficial, guys, to do it because if you keep shooting at a shorter distance, if a deer walks out at 50 yards, the buck that you've been hunting for 2 seasons, if you haven't been taking that long of a shot, you're not going to feel confident enough to take it. So shoot at a longer distance. That way when a buck walks into a shorter distance, you feel confident and you know you're going to make a good, clean, ethical shot on the deer. Alright, so now what we're going to do is going to be called The Breakdown. And I'm going to start doing this every episode from here on. And it's just going to be me finding a clip of somebody that made a mistake, and I'm going to explain what they did wrong and how to fix it. So this week it's this guy. He was shooting a bow that it was his buddies or something, and he let the string smack his arm. All right, and it caused a real big welt on his arm, and if that's ever happened to you, you know it hurts really bad. All right, so go ahead and watch the video.
Come on, boy.
I'm just gonna steamroll.
All right.
I can put my arms right around your.
Hold on.
You forgot to tell me to straighten my hands out. Here, go ahead, wrap me up.
Alright guys, so what you could do to prevent getting smacked in the forearm. First, you want to make sure your draw length isn't too long, because if your draw length's too long, then of course you're going to overextend. When you draw, you're going to overextend and your forearm is going to be in the center of the bow to where the string is going to be. Alright, so if you draw back and your arm is into the center, of course the string is going to smack your arm. Alright, next, if you're dead gripping the bow like this, when you draw back, your forearm, your arm is going to try to align with your hand. So of course, your forearm's going to be touching the string again. Alright, so make sure you have a good grip. What I do is I hold my hand out like that and put the bow in the meaty portion of your palm. And what that's going to do is that is going to push your arm out away from the bow. Alright, so if you see here, my forearm is away from the string. Alright, so guys, I hope this helps, and I hope this tip kind of prevents this from happening to you, because it hurts, it really does, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. So make sure your draw length is adjusted to you, and make sure you're holding that bow with your hand kind of canted like this, and the bow is in the meaty portion of your palm right here. Make sure the bow is propped up right here. Alright, so guys, I want to thank you for watching Kentucky Bowman, and check in next Monday for the next episode of Kentucky Bowman, and I'll see you guys then.